Anticyclones, isobars. I must admit, never meant much to me. And I thought high pressure was what television presenting was all about. Forget it. To my next guest, it's his first language. As head of the meteorological office at the BBC, one of his duties is to train budding weather forecasters in the style we've grown to know and love.
Hello. Yes. What? Yeah. Yeah. It's going to be very nippy. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Want to wrap up warm. Yeah. Yeah. Plenty of woolies. Yeah. You can't be too. I say you can't be too careful. Yeah. Well, it's getting colder these days, don't you think? Oh, much colder. Yes. Well, bye-bye. Yeah. Look, I'll pop round in the morning. All right.
Oh, to explain how it should be done, here's top weather cat himself, Bill Giles. Good to see you, Bill. Welcome.
Lovely to be here.
Welcome.
Lovely to be here.
What makes a perfect weather dude?
Oh, I think you've got to have a sense of humour. You've got to have a personality. We've got to have mathematics. We've got to have physics. But above all, to come into my game, a very thick skin. If you don't have the thick skin, well, we get attacked so much. You know, people say we're wrong all the time. So you've got to have this thick skin. Without that, you don't survive.
Who are the main people who complain? Who are the sort of people who complain?
I think the people who get rained on their barbecues. Those are the ones. They're determined, whatever happens, to have a barbecue next Saturday. No matter what the weather forecast is, it rains on the barbecue. They write to me and complain. I said, well, we told you it was going to rain. But they said, I was going to have a barbecue anyway. So those are the ones.
But you're having to come up with so much more now, aren't you, than you... I mean, you started 20 years ago, I know that.
Did I?
And, yes,
was it
75. In fact, tell me something.
No.
What can you remember? What can you remember about that very first broadcast of yours?
It was a wonderful one because I did it in 30 seconds. I only had 30 seconds. We were cut to 30 seconds on my first broadcast. And I thought, well, the main thing is that you must not overrun. You're not allowed to overrun, so you've got to do it in 30 seconds. And I went across frowning away, finished in 30 seconds, and I was training with a guy called Keith Best. And he said, I shall know what to do next time I'm cut to 30 seconds. I said, what's that? He said, forget England and Wales. I didn't even mention England and Wales.
I bet the Scots and the Irish were very pleased, though.
Yeah, I had a lot of letters in from them, yes.
Made a huge change. But, I mean, the amount of information that you're now expected to give us has broadened considerably, hasn't it?
Oh, yes. I mean, when I first went there, we did 2 broadcasts a day just for the UK. Now we do 55 broadcasts a day, not just in BBC One, BBC Two, we do radio, but a lot for World Service. 55
broadcasts spread amongst how many of you on a...
There's 13 I've got on the team, but there's 5 in any 24 hours.
So when you're broadcasting different, I mean, what does that do for your wardrobe? I mean, do you wear the same things for all the different broadcasts?
No, you've got to be careful when you go into World Service. There was a time we had a World Service coat, and occasionally I still wear it.
What was that like? Well,
it was just a neutral coat, a fawny coat, mainly because you can't stand up in a dark suit and talk about the heat wave in Saudi Arabia. You see, so you've got to be a little bit careful.
So you have to put on a nice sort of powder blue safari suit type thing?
Blue we don't wear because you disappear then.
Of course, you use your blue as
all the isobars come over through you. But yes, you have to be a little bit careful as to what you're wearing, as to who you're talking to.
Now, I know that the weathermen and ladies have their preferences as far as the weather is concerned. I mean, we know that Ian he loves it when it's wet and rainy, doesn't he?
Ian McCaskill,
yeah,
yes.
Yeah.
You know Ian, don't you? He's the guy that comes on and says something like, hello, hello.
I think that's an exclusive. Have you ever...
That's the only thing you understand on the weather forecast, pardon.
Ooh, a bit of internecine rivalry going on here. Interweathercat wars.
It's wonderful. And Michael Fish, of course, of Hurricane fame.
Yes, I know. We like to rub that one in, don't we?
I'm trying to get Michael to write a book, and if you see it, buy it. It'll be a picture of Michael on the front and a picture of the hurricane. You get lovely hurricane pictures now with the eye of the storm. Yes. And it'll be entitled The Simple Man's Guide to Hurricane Forecasting by Michael Fish.
And what would his hair be doing? At the time, just one bit, sort of.
No,
but you'd have one bit,
one bit hangs down over the back.
No, shush, that's naughty. Would you ever?
True though, isn't it?
You
brought it up.
No, you brought it up, the hurricane. But I was going to, because he took all the stick for that in '87. And I mean, is that absolutely right that he should have done?
No, I'll tell you a secret.
Being as your head honcho.
I'll tell you a secret, as long as you promise not to tell anyone else.
Okay.
I did the 9:25 broadcast on that fateful evening. And I said it would be breezy up the channel.
And it was.
It was very breezy up the channel.
Very breezy.
Yeah, it blew millions of trees over.
Now, I mean, we are obsessed by weather. I don't know if it's a particularly British thing. I think it goes for the whole world, except for Saudi, where it's just always sunny, I suppose. But are we ever satisfied? I mean, when we have a sustained period of either rain, cold, sun, people are always moaning, aren't they?
Oh, yeah. Certainly, if you just take the farming community, and they know quite a lot about the weather, so they tell me. And it's interesting, because if you get more than a week of any type of weather, we get fed up and want to change.
Yes.
You go into a heat wave, as we did last summer, then a week of it, and then people start moaning. The water starts running short, or what have you.
Do you ever get bored by weather? Do you ever wish you were doing something else?
Yeah. When I get it wrong, I really wish I'd do something else. Not really. Sometimes when you're just looking at bits of cloud floating about and that's all you've got. I mean, in the summer, it's dreadful because you go on at lunchtime, 2.5 minutes, shall we say, and you want to say it's hot and sunny today, hot and sunny tomorrow, and hot and sunny as far as I can see till the world ends. And what you do, you've still got 2.5 minutes.
Why don't you sing a song, tell a joke, do a tap dance, something like that, change the whole kind of image of it.
You've never heard me sing, have you?
No, we might.
That's probably why. What we do, in fact, is convert every centigrade temperature into Fahrenheit.
Yeah, that takes up a bit of time.
In fact, Ian's been known to convert the winds into Fahrenheit, just to spread the time out.
I mean, do you all get on with each other?
Well, of course we do. And that's part of my job. One of the major parts of my job is to knit what are 13 people there now, 13 prima donnas, 13 individuals into a team. And it's pretty successful. Yes. They whinge a bit, but I know I've got it right then. So.
I mean, we all think you just come on and do the weather, and then you know, what do you do for the rest of the day? Now you filled us in on that. But there are other projects I know that you're involved with. Tell us about Potted Histories, this series on BBC Two coming up.
That was an interesting one, yes, because what we did there was to say, OK, you bring a lot of pot plants into your home, and then you wonder why they die. And what we're saying is you've got to look back as to where they originate from and to try and give them the conditions in your house that they would normally expect. In other words, you don't put a shade plant up on the window ledge with the sun beating in. You've got to be careful that you don't overwater things that don't like a lot of water.
So you're actually branching out into the horticultural field here for this series?
Yes, a little bit, yes, a little bit. But I enjoy that. I'm earthy.
Yeah, earthy. Maybe you could take a pot plant or two in with you, you know, on the next weather that we see you do.
If it's, you know, hot and sunny forever, then I think I might do that.
Yes.
That could be a good
Well,
scheme.
we'll look out for that. You heard it here first. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, Bill Giles.